News 7x7 is a unique channel dedicated to the news from dairy industry. Every week you receive brief on top 7 dairy news on this YouTube channel from India and abroad. These news could be seen in detail on our channel dairynews7x7.com also. You may write in the comment box on the dairy topics of your interest. We will try to develop news feature on the same. Your constant feedback and patronage to this channel is our source of Top 7 dairy news from the week of March 14, 2022 will cover. Selective cattle slaughter could be introduced in UP to keep dairy viable. Gujarat's cooperative system a role model for India as per Amit Shah. New project to increase production capacity of Kangayam cows. Low-cost milking machines to offset high labor cost of dairy farmers. The latest sign of dairy inflation is tanking sales of semen in US. Ukraine-Russia conflict, a multi-layered impacts on dairy. Global price index fell after 3 months. Stray cattle may not have decisively impacted the outcome of the recent Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, but it's a problem that will not go away, as Prime Minister Modi has himself acknowledged. As regards male cattle, they have no utility in today's world, where tractors, harvesters, threshers, etc. have replaced bullock-drawn plows, treadmills, Persian wheels, and breeding bulls. Even taking an average productive life of 7 to 8 years for both female and male cattle, it means about 15% of animals being rendered redundant annually. For UP's 19 million cattle, it translates into some 2.9 million surplus animals. The 2.9 million surplus cattle not dying, whether naturally or otherwise, are the chutta janwar or stray cattle, devouring the standing crop of the same farmers who have discarded them. What's the solution? Allocating more funds for cattle shelters or procuring dung from farmers cannot be the answers. The UP government should, as a starting point, allow slaughter of male cattle. These are the ones causing real havoc everywhere. Later, slaughter of crossbred cows with partial exotic nature can be permitted, given that these animals may not be deserving of the holy status reserved for indigenous desi cows. Gujarat cooperative system is a role model for the country, with cooperative sugar mills and dairies being the best in the country. The cooperative sector has made invaluable contributions in providing equal development opportunities to the poor, farmers, women and youth of the country, said Cooperation Minister Amit Shah. The cooperative sector will be at the forefront of fulfilling the PM Modi's dream of a self-reliant India and doubling the income of farmers. Shah inaugurated various projects under the Sahi Poshan Desh Roshan campaign in collaboration with the state government and GCMMF. Appreciating the cooperative structure of South Gujarat, famously touted as a center of cooperative activities, he said that the journey of Sumul Dairy, which started with a capacity of 275 litres of milk per day, today has reached 2.5 lakh members of 1200 milk societies. The Veterinary University Training and Research Center in Tirupur district is about to embark on a project to reduce the calving interval of Kangayam cows. Kangayam cows normally have a calving interval of 16 months. The doctors at the institution want to offer hormone therapy to the cattle using NABARD funding, which might shorten the calving interval by 2 to 3 months. Because maintaining Kangayam livestock is now an expensive endeavor, numerous farmers are being compelled to sell the cows at a loss. The calving interval of 16 months might be reduced to 13 to 14 months with the help of hormone therapy. The Kangayam or Kangayam is an Indian breed of draught cattle from the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. The milk of Kangayam cow has a high nutritious value, though it is poor milker. However, in some cases, good milkers are also found, giving 3 to 4 litres during the peak milking period. The Ernakulam Regional Cooperative Milk Producer Union has launched milking machines that can work on both petrol as well as electric engines linked to motorbikes to help dairy farmers. The milking machines have been developed with the help of the NDDB and can milk 2 animals in 8 minutes, said John Theruvat, chairman of the cooperative. There were a total of 936 dairy societies under the Ernakulam Union, under which there were around 46,000 dairy farmers. The dairy farmers had been faced with increasing labor costs as well as the high cost of milking machines. Meanwhile, the regional milk cooperative has begun paying rupees 2 extra to dairy farmers from February in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The total procurement now stood at 3.44 lakh litres per day, while the sale was around 4.28 lakh litres per day, including curd. Higher prices for dairy products could be coming, and falling sales of semen from dairy bulls are telling the story. This is a story of inflationary pressure in USA. The market for dairy semen sales has tanked to a 17-year low, with sales volume dropping by 6.7% last year. According to National Association of Animal Breeders data, it's because American dairy farmers don't want as many milking cows. They are buying semen from beef cattle and raising more animals for meat instead because it's more profitable. Right now, dairies are struggling to make money as everything from feed prices to labor and energy costs skyrocket. Smaller dairy cows herd means less milk output, and for consumer, that could signal higher butter and cheese prices could be on the horizon. The US Department of Agriculture just last week raised price forecast for cheese, butter, non-fat dry milk and whey on strong demand and dwindling production expectations. Inflation is already rising at its fastest pace since 1982, with the cost of food and gasoline at the forefront. As per a Rabobank recent report, the impacts of conflicts in Europe on global dairy markets are multi-layered. Higher feed and fertilizer prices will only serve to limit milk supply growth in an already tight market. A lasting disruption of trade flows from all three countries would trigger a massive price increase for grains as well as for inputs like fertilizer and diesel. Russia is no longer a major importer of dairy. Following sanctions introduced back in 2014, Russia has invested in local milk production capabilities. If this trend continues, Australia's 21-22 milk production could potentially be around 200 million litres down on the previous marketing year. Rabobank says that production from New Zealand has been essentially flat for the last 12 months on year-on-year basis, while the EU has seen a similar trend based on declines in Germany, France and the Netherlands. In the US, milk production was up slightly over the last 12 months, but production there is also likely to decline in the coming years as the herd goes through a contraction in size. Global dairy trade event on 15th March concluded with the GDT price index down by 0.9% at 1579, which is still the second highest in last 10 years. The key results are as follows. Anhydrous milk fat index up by 0.4% at an average price of $7,111 per metric ton. Butter index down by 1.8% to average a price of $6,958 per metric ton. Cheddar cheese index up by 0.3% to average price of $6,412 per metric ton. Lactose index down by 0.6% to an average price of $1,618 per metric ton. Skim milk powder index up by 1.6% at an average price of $4,545 per metric ton. And whole milk powder index down by 2.1% to an average price of $4,596 per metric ton. Thanks for watching Dairy News 7x7 channel with news update from last 7 days. To continue receiving update from this channel, I Kuldeep Sharma request you to subscribe this channel and share and like the video, and also don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.